playing poker with Steve and Linda and Bill and Paul for years. I was friends with Sarah first. I moved here at Lakeview Lane in 4th grade and fell in love with Paul when I was 17. He was my first love, and he took me in. We were family to me, and I just always thought that someday we'd reconnect, you know. And Tony, I wish I had gotten to know you. I just want to say, like so many of you have said, like he just made such an impact on my life. He really taught me about the Grateful Dead, taught me how to love, and just so thankful that I was able to be part of his life, that he was able to be part of mine, and as other people have said, just cling to those you love and tell them you love them, because you never know, you're never going to get a chance. So, I'm honored to be here, and thank you.
Story. So I came home from something, I don't know, I was like living somewhere else, and I was home in hanging out in the house, and Lisa comes up to, knocks on the door, and I'm like, oh, Lisa Antonucci is here, hi, I'm like, what are you up to? Oh, whatever, we're like looking at each other for like several minutes, and she's like, is Paul here? And I was like, oh, I didn't understand.
All right, so what can I do for you?
Because we were friends first. Are there more? Are there more people that are? I don't want to make anyone feel. I see a body. Yay! That's here.
Hello. I had so many things going through my mind when I knew that the celebration was going to be happening. I was like, oh no.
So many things we talk about.
That one? No. So there's many stories, but they're very varied. But the one thing I did think about just watching the slideshow here was one of the pictures that came up reminded me when our grandfather died. And I can't remember where we were all living at the time, but it ranged from Paul being the oldest, Sarah and I, and then another cousin of ours that's younger than us. We all flew to Arizona because there wasn't really a service or a funeral, but we were all gathering to go through his things in Arizona. So when I think back on it, we were sort of picking at it like rats, like, ooh, I'm going to take this hat, I'm going to take it. And on our way there, we were, I'm pretty sure, drinking beer all the way there. And then we went through and had a little ceremony of our own to give thanks and think about our grandfather, although we had many of our own stories about him. But then on our way back, it was one time that even though we had all scattered and Paul and I were always sort of at odds about music and politics and everything pretty much, but that we all had a chance to kind of reconnect. And then we also drank beer all the way back home on the plane. On the plane, we were like, yes, we're having it taken off, and we would like 8 beers. But it's so nice to hear all the stories about him, whether he was friend or foe at one time or another. He was a really interesting character and brought life to everything. So even though he no longer drank and I no longer drink, I say a big cheers with a beer or water